Oh, what's up, yo? I didn't even know the thing was recording. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sitting up there fixing the screen. I didn't even know it was recording. I'm sorry, you guys. That's not how I wanted to start it. This thing just started on its own. But anyway, welcome to Super Easy Forex. This is Uncle P. And so here's the deal. I am terribly sorry. I was over there fixing my screen, and then I was going to hit the start button, and it just started. So anyway, here's the deal. I want you guys to make sure that you got something to write with, to take some notes, because the things that I'm going to share with you today is going to hopefully be life-changing like it was for my students. So let me, first of all, before we do that, hit the like and subscribe button, so when I'm doing videos that you guys can get the pop-up and you'll know when I'm doing them, okay? So that you don't miss out on anything, okay? So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Number one, let me tell you a testimony that just came in last night, which kind of helped me to do the lesson I'm going to do for you today, okay? So this person wrote in last night, and I'm just going to say Miss N. I don't want to give her name because I didn't ask her permission to give her name, but you know, out of respect, I'm sure she wouldn't mind, but I respect people's privacy. So I'll just say Miss N wrote in last night. I would like to say big thank you. The software works great. I'm successful in trading. You literally saved my life at those times. Thanks. A lot of you guys are dealing with the coronavirus fallout, meaning that you lost your job or they downsized your hours, different things that's going on because of the coronavirus. Okay, a lot of companies have closed doors. People are trying to find a way to make money and things like that. Or you may be in those situations where you call one of those essential workers and they give you that fancy title and they show, oh, you're an essential worker and this and that, but your income does not show that. Because it's not like they gave you a major raise because you were one of the people who stood ground and helped everybody else when everybody else needed help, such as grocery workers, so forth and so forth. The thing I want you guys to know is that it was not that complicated of a process for me to transition out of being in employment to becoming a full-time trader. It wasn't that hard of a process. So as I'm going through these things today, I'm going to hurt your feelings. I'm going to step on your toes. I'm going to give you some raw truth, but it's to help you on your journey so that you no longer have to continue the repetitive situation that you're going through right now, which is basically, you know, you try trading systems, then you try something else next week, you're putting money into your trading account, and then you blow it before the week is over, and then you have to go to work or borrow money, and then you rinse and repeat the situation where you're constantly putting money into your trading account over and over and over again. And as I taught my students, we did financial numbers last week in class, okay? And it was very eye-opening for many of them to see actually what was going on. Because when you actually see the numbers, you realize you have what's called an income and you have bills, outflow. A lot of you guys don't realize that the way you're treating your Forex career, you're there to make money and it's supposed to produce an income, but your Forex career has now become a deficit to your family. And I'm going to help you today to stop that ridiculous process, because a lot of this has nothing to do with Forex, as you're going to see. So make sure you have something to write with and be ready to and take a shoe off, because I'm going to step on one of them toes. I'm going to hurt your feelings, but it's out of love so that you can get on the right track, okay? So that you can get on the right track. Here we go. Let's get started. Number one, the first thing I needed to do, I had to find or create a mechanical, write this down, a mechanical trading system. A mechanical trading system. And you say, well, what is a mechanical trading system? Some of you guys you've been trading Forex for how long? And you never even heard of this term. That's exactly my point. You should have been heard of this term. A mechanical trading system is a trading system that has rules built into it, so it leaves very little room for the trader to have to make decisions. It's a rule-based trading system. All successful Forex and stock market traders have a mechanical trading system, something that they go to whether they win that trade that day or they lose. It is mechanical. It's just like your car. Your car is a mechanical device. It You go to the car, you know you must have what? A key. See, it's very little thinking as far as making decisions on how to make it work, because it works off of mechanics. Okay? So therefore, or science-based, whatever you want to term you want to use. Your car, I have a fancy car that I bought. I mean, it's an eye turner. I was in the went to the grocery store yesterday. That's why I named it the Bat. A lot of people call it the Batmobile. It's so fancy. Okay. And so, but even as fancy as the car is, it still works off of simple principles. You have the key in your pocket or nearby you, and you touch the button and the car will start. Do you get what I'm saying? See how it's mechanical. So if any of those simple 3 steps are missing, such as I have the key, but I'm not by the car, will the car work? No. Or I may get in the car, but it will not start. Why? Because I don't have the key. See, it's a no-brainer system. Do you understand that? Type a yes if you understand that. I think I got the chats on. Type a yes. I want to make sure you guys are understanding what I'm saying thus far. Okay. And maybe I don't have the chats on. I thought I turned them on. That's why I say I apologize. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm seeing chats. All right. Good. All right. So you guys get that. The mechanical trading. Let me look at this here. This is simple enough. And I told you guys when I started Super Easy Forex, it was never meant to be a company. I actually told my kids to start this company. I said, hey, I'll build this and you guys go ahead and do it because I just want to leave you guys a legacy. And they didn't do it because each one wanted to do their own thing. And as a dad trying to leave a legacy, for my kids, I got pissed. So I said, okay, fine, I'll prove a point to y'all. And I did it myself. And that's how Super Easy Forex got done. Well, here's what happened. I built this to train my children on how to trade. It was never for this stuff that I'm doing now, including these videos. When I initially started, it had nothing to do with it. I just wanted to build a simple, color-coded mechanical system so that my children can know how to trade. And this is my daughter texting me now. Ain't that beautiful? It's like psychic. She knew I was talking about her. My daughter just texted me. So I built this for them. And I built it to keep it simple enough to teach to my children because I wanted something that was easy and mechanical so that when they use it, then my grandkids, when they're old enough, they can learn how to use it. And I'm leaving a legacy so that we're all making money. That is why Super Easy came into play. I hope you understand what I'm saying so far. You need a trading system that is going to be a no-brainer. My daughter's texting me. Right when I'm energy. Anyway, number two, watch this. This is where some of you guys are screwing up. Okay. Number 2 is a big one. When you get that mechanical trading system, you need time for, write this down. If you're not taking notes, I don't know why you come here. Because again, if you want that foolery that other cats are doing, then go to their videos. If you want to learn, then when I do a video, always have something to write with because I'm not getting paid to do these videos. I'm doing this out of love to help you along with your journey. Whether you're part of Super Easy Forex or not, I would love to be your mentor, but maybe you're not. Maybe you don't want to be mentored right now. That's fine. That's your business. But the point is, when I'm doing these videos, I want you to take notes. Treat it like a classroom. This is part of your problem. You're not taking things serious. You want serious results, but you're not doing serious actions. So take notes. Here we go. Here's the big one. Number 2, study and practice time. Write A, letter A. Under A, you write, you don't practice and demo. This is huge in the Forex market. This is unbelievably huge in the Forex market. You don't practice and demo. You keep going straight to a live account and doing it. Type an amen in the box if that's the truth. Type an amen. I know there's a delay between what I say and what y'all receiving on your end. But type an amen in the box. Not you. We ain't gonna put you ain't gotta type it for yourself. Just type it if you know somebody who's like that. And what they do is they even make fun of people who are practicing in demo. Oh, you demo flexing. Oh, is that a live account or a demo account? Have you heard that before in the Forex market? Type a yes in the box if you have. I want to make sure we are all together on this so that you guys cannot stop being like the ones who actually are in the 90, I think it's 85, 90 percentile of Forex losers. And yet all these people got these comments talking about those who are winning. but yet they're not willing to do what the winners do, but they want to call the winners the scammers. No, we're not scammers. We're just trying to do something that works. And we're coming back to teach you, but because you want to keep doing your hard-headed stuff instead of just being mentored, humbling yourself, you sitting up there blowing up accounts every week, but then you got the nerve and the gall to talk about a person who is practicing on a demo account. Oh, they demo flexing. What in the freaking, I almost want to say it, HE double hockey sticks are you talking about? Only in the Forex market have I ever heard of such stupidity. I've never heard of it in any other business. And I've always been an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since I was in my early 20s. I've ran a restaurant. I was in many successful multi-level marketing industries and succeeded. I ran a daycare of my own. I started my own daycare at one point. Real estate, which is where I retired in my early 20s doing real estate. Then I started learning how to trade stocks and options. And I can go on and on and on about my record as far as an entrepreneur. And it is never heard of a person being mocked because they wanted to practice before they start putting their real money up until I hit the Forex market. I said, my God, and to this day, I'm still telling the truth. This is one of the most immature industries that I have ever stepped foot in. And my son, who's 22, said, well, Dad, the reason why is because you have a lot of youngsters. And so these youngsters who's not even making money have the nerve and the gall to try to make fun of those who are making money. But here's the thing I want you guys to know. Don't you ever be one of them people ever again. You need to stay in a demo account until you can double or triple that demo account for a couple of weeks. Because here's what happens in science. All right, right now they got the coronavirus vaccine. And they're called it under President Trump, warp speed is what they called that coronavirus that's coming out from these different companies, Pfizer and all these others. Okay, Johnson & Johnson is coming out with one. But what did all of them have in common? They didn't just slap something together and then said, okay, we're going to put it on the market and then we'll see what happens. No, what did they do? They tested it and trial period it and then send it to another outside firm to test it and trial period it before they can put it on the market. Every other industry, you must have demo. You must practice first before you go live, except for in the Forex market. And here you go falling into it, and now you're thinking that something's wrong with being in demo. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Tom Brady, all of them go to practice before they hit the main field. Only in Forex are people putting their live money up before you even sure that the mechanical system works for you. And you're blowing the account. And I'm going to tell you what happens to people who keep doing that, because you're going to find we're not done. When you get done with this list that I'm going to give you, you're going to see why I'm starting with this one. Study and practice before you go live. Watch this. Let me step on. Take your shoe off. I got some more toes to step on. Come on now. Here's another one. You don't even study. You buy indicators. You don't go through the tutorials. Come on, you know I'm telling the doggone truth. Typically, if a good trader has created a trading system, a mechanical trading system, he's going to have a set of rules on how and when to use it. Maybe it's in writing or maybe it's in video. For us, we do both. We have steps that you go through, simple tutorial steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, very simple steps. Only take minutes to go through each one, but we do that so that you learn, watch this, when and how to use the system. But the truth of the matter is, number one, you're jumping straight into a live account instead of practicing in a demo. And number two, you haven't even studied the tutorials. You haven't even looked at the manual. Write this down. I'm going to give you a word so that you guys can understand this. The word manual, that's why I said don't ever come to my videos without something to write, because I'm trying to teach you. The word manual actually means mind of the owner. Write that down. The word manual means mind of the owner. And by the way, in my comments, I'll have the chats on sometimes, but I do go back through them. And if I find out anybody doing some foolery, you will be permanently banned from my channel. I don't have time for the stupidity. I really don't. Take that childish foolishness somewhere else. Now, I ain't seen no comments yet, but if I do, I'm just giving heads up. That's the reason why people say, oh, he'll never have comments turned on for his videos, because I got some fool who keeps, and I'm sorry for sidetracking, but I'm just saying this. There's some fool who keeps sending porno links out. Okay, that's not what I'm here for. Then you got other people who sitting up there, oh, he has a great trading system, but, and then they start WhatsApp, putting their WhatsApp and here, contact me. And they see, I ain't got time for that. That's why I turn my comments off. Okay, that's just a heads up. Why? Because, oh, he's a scammer. He never had comments on. That's the reason why. I'm about business. I'm about changing people's lives. I'm not about this foolishness. And neither should you be. Because it took too much pain and heartache and money and tears to get where I am to start dealing with foolishness. Or you understand what I'm saying? So if I read through the chats, because I will play this back, if I read through the chats and see that you're one of them people, I promise you, you'll never be on my channel again. You'll be permanently blocked. Guaranteed. Because we're here to make money. This is a business. That's part of y'all's problem. You're treating this like it's a game, and it's not a game, it's business. Especially when your entire family's bills, month after month, depends on what you do on these here charts. You ain't got time to be playing around. Some of you guys want to be full-time traders. I'm telling you why you're not successful yet. Because you're not taking this serious. Your family will be dependent on your decision-making on these charts. So either you mature up or you get the hell on. Lord, forgive me, but I told you I'm gonna be very straight and blunt today, because I'm as a mentor. Mentors can't worry about your feelings. We got to tell you the truth, because the Bible says the truth will set you free, not your feelings, not games, the truth. And the truth is, some of you guys, you're just not prepared because you're not willing to study and you're not willing to get mentored. So let's keep going though. That was actually the second point. So the first one under A was you don't practice in the demo. You keep going straight to a live account and blowing it. And number two, you're not paying to be coached. You're not paying to be coached. You don't want nobody telling you what to do. And so your stubbornness is leading to your failure here. Do you know how many, I do classes. Once people buy our trading system, it actually comes with free classes. I'm here every week unless I have to deal with an emergency family issue, which I just lost my sister a couple of weeks ago. And so I was out of town for the funeral, me and my wife, and I had to be gone. Other than that, I was here. I'm always here because I enjoy the classes more than I do trading. Trading is actually boring. And as I go along, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So just hang tight. We're not in a rush. That's your problem. You're in a rush. Calm down. Let somebody help you. You want to make a full-time trading career. You want to trade for the next 20, 30, 40 years, but you can't give 10 minutes or an hour to be mentored. That's part of your problem. You're too much in a rush to get results without putting in the work. Even when the information is free. So I'm going to be the first one to tell you the truth. You need to stop trading. Because the truth is, until you are willing to change your results on these charts are not going to change. It's not going to happen. There was a transformation that had to happen in me before I started seeing results on these charts. Because what these charts actually end up doing, it reveals your personal weakness. That's what they actually do. It will teach you a lot about you. And let me give you scripture so for those who understand Bible language. The Bible had a very key verse in there, but I never really understood it until I started trading in the markets. And here's what it said. The Bible says where your treasure is, your money, wherever your treasure is, there will your heart be also. For my Hispanic family, there will your corazón, okay, your heart. And it doesn't talk about the beating heart in your chest. When it talks about heart there, it means the seat of your emotions. Wherever your money is, you better guarantee your emotions going to be there. Let some too much money be up on there. How many times are you emotional in your trades? That's because where your money is, there will your emotions be. That's why some of you guys are beyond frustrated. You're depressed. I'm telling you the truth. People don't want to talk about it. You some of y'all in there, you're depressed. You're frustrated. You're very cynical. You're very mean. You turn into a monster because you end up jumping into this market, which revealed the worst parts of you without being mentored and without studying and without trying in a demo account. You went straight to live, and because you keep having a track record of losing, you've turned into somebody you don't even like. I know I'm telling the truth. I know I'm telling the truth. I'm helping you. See, these are the secrets that Forex traders, only traders in the market will know, because you can't tell nobody else. You can't tell your family. They see you walking out that office with an attitude, but you can't tell them why. You're too embarrassed to tell them how much money you lost. You've been telling them you're going to be a Forex full-time trader for how long? And they keep seeing you walking out as a wounded dog out of that trading room, wherever you got trading, your laptop, wherever, and you hurt and you sad, and they seeing you going right back to work like normal. And so they don't even believe in your dream no more. And not just them, you don't either. Tell the truth, Uncle P. Tell the truth. The truth will set you free. This is what the truth will do for you. Let me go back to that testimony that I read at the very beginning. So now I ain't even done stepping on your toes yet. But now because of this, you'll understand the testimony I told you guys about that we just received last night. Let me read that again, and now you will understand what I'm talking about, why this person sent that testimony. Here's what that testimony said, again, for those who joined late. It said, I would like to say a big thank you. The software works great. What works great? The mechanical trading system. It works great. I'm successful in trading. And this is Miss N. So if you're tuning in, Miss N, I know, thank you for the testimony. I'm going to respect your privacy, but I'm reading your testimony. It says, you literally saved my life at those times. Thanks. Now you understand. So you got to have a good mechanical trading system and a good mentor. What you have, some of you guys, you actually have the mechanical trading system that will work for you, but because you're not being mentored, you're being stubborn, and therefore let me get to that point. Let's keep going. Come on. Here's number 3. So number 1 is mechanical trading system. Number 2 is study and practice time. Number 3, write this down. Number 3, you need patience. Watch this. You keep jumping in and out of trades like a burglar, not a Forex trader. You jump into trades and then get jumping out of them. Well, as soon as things start moving against you a little bit, you get nervous and you jump out. And then about 30 minutes, an hour later, or tomorrow, the next day, you find the trade worked just fine. But because you don't trade mechanically, meaning without your emotions, you didn't even have a reason to get out of that trade. People ask, when they first started, they be saying, well, this trade is doing this. Should I get out of it? My one question is, didn't you put a stop loss according to the rules? See where I'm going back to as a mentor? I'm not going into your emotions. I don't want to hear your logic. If you followed the rules, did you put the stop loss where we had mentored and told you to put it? If you did, second question, did it hit your stop loss yet? Your pre-measured, agreed upon amount of money you were willing to lose. Oh, I'm stepping on toes. I'm hurting your feelings, but hey, that's what a mentor does. We're not here to massage your feelings. Oh, I'm so sorry you lost the trade. I don't care. We all lose a trade. Get up. Suck it up, boo. It's part of the game. You're not going to win every trade. Stop running around looking for the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you and your knowledge. Why are you tampering with that trade? Well, it moved up 5 pips against me. What was your stop loss at that you agreed upon that if this trade does not work out, here's what I'm willing to lose? How many pips was that? Oh, it was 20 pips. Okay, did it hit your stop loss yet? No, then why are you tampering with the trade? Come on now, loved ones. Tell the truth. You know you've done it. Why are you messing with it? Professional traders don't keep tampering with their trades. It's a mechanical thinking process. The reason why we call it mechanical because it requires less emotional thinking. Write that down. Write that down. Write it down. And by the way, let me pause. You need to get some of your trading buddies. Get them on there. Get them on here. So when this trading week, there's a reason why I always do my videos on Sunday before the market opens. Because as a coach, I'm trying to coach your thinking process so that you can think correctly before you make a mistake like you've been doing every week prior. So I'm trying to give you things to spark your thinking so that you can enter this week just a little bit different. Just a little bit better than you did last week without being coached. Because that's what it boils down to, thinking differently when you hit these charts. Because the moment you enter a trade, your money is on the line and your emotions kick in and all kinds of wickedness happen. But what if you was able to start the week thinking a little bit differently? And this is one of them. You're so emotional over the money that you're losing until you're jumping out of trades, which didn't even hit your stop loss. It just started tampering with your emotions. And you thought the Bible wasn't telling the truth? Where your treasure is, there where your heart, your emotions be also. Your emotions are playing tricks on you. And therefore, you're messing up. Type amen in the box if you know I'm telling the truth. Type amen. Come on. Come on. We're Forex traders. It's okay for us to delve and tell the truth to each other. Other people outside who don't trade won't understand this. But you and I, we are traders. We know. You know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. This is what happens when you're not trading like a professional. These are the things that I had to personally fix. I'm not making this up to step on your toes. I had to step on my own first. I had to fix these things before I saw some results. And it wasn't until I fixed these things in me, until now I don't have to, this is my job. I come up, I sleep downstairs, I come up here and I look at these things, make my decision, and I go back to bed. This is my job. But it wasn't like that at first. I had to go through these steps that I'm teaching you and get my act together. I was no different from everybody else out there. That's why I can step on your toes with absolute truth and say things that other mentors are not willing to say because they're trying to just play like everything was fine along their journey. You and I both know everything wasn't fine along your journey. It's a rough journey. And I've been there. So I'm going through these things that I had to clean up first before I saw the success. Let's keep going. Number 4. Let's go back to it. Number 1 is you need a mechanical trading system, something that's rule-based, which leaves very little room for you to make your own interpretation of what you're seeing. Number 2, study and practice time. Stop letting these fools out here tell you that there's something wrong with practicing in a demo account. Oh, you demo flexing. Okay, well, listen, give me your money and I'll practice with it. That's what you need to tell people. Next time they say you demo flexing, here's what you do. Give me some of your money, okay? Let me give you my Cash App. You send me your money, and then I'll practice with your money. And I'll tell you how the results come out. Huh? Because here's what I realized. Sitting up there trying to entertain these people on the internet who I never even met, and here I am trying to put my real money up, trying to prove something to you? And I don't even know you like that, fool. But if I bend to your will versus what every other industry does, which is practice before going real, whether it's basketball, LeBron James, any of them, Tom Brady, they're playing today. Green Bay Packers are playing the Bucks today. I guarantee they practice this week before today's game gets started. They practice. Aaron Rodgers is the other quarterback. Why do you think they're going to the Hall of Fame? They practice a lot before they hit the field and played in a real game. But you've been into the will of these people who you don't even know. So they can call me a scam. They can call me whatever. But guess what? When I get done with this video, you see my office? Huh? I can turn and walk right out this door and from my office and be staring at the lake. And you think I really care about what they're saying? You guys got to, come on now, mature up. This is a business. This ain't social media. You don't do things for people's likes. You do it because your family is dependent on you. Mm-hmm. Type in number 1 in the box if you understood exactly what I said. This is why when I'm doing videos, don't you dare rush off. Take your time and let me help you. Because I was trapped in that too. Well, if I post this, they gonna think I don't give a rat's flying fart behind what you think no more. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you're not paying my bills. My family depending on me. So if you think I'm a this and that, so be it. If you think I'm dealing flexing, so be it. But I tell you this, and I was reading, by the way, and I'm sorry for going off on, I'm gonna get back to number 4, but this is such a big one. Only in the Forex market. Here it is. I was reading an article by a professional trader who's just beyond successful. And do you know, he said the exact same thing? He said you need a mechanical trading system. And he said he spends, watch this. This is a highly successful Forex trader. He said this. He said he spends more time in demo accounts than he does as live accounts. Did you hear what I said? He spends more time in his demo accounts than he does live. And he's highly successful. Warren Buffett spends more time reading than he does actually making deals. So what did I tell you? Here's my advice before we go further. This week, if you have not, hear me good, let's set some real rules as professionals. If you have not, in the past month, been able to double your live account, starting with $100 or whatever, you have, let me not even say double. If you haven't made any profit and you have never done a withdrawal in your account, oh, I'm gonna step on your toes and I'm gonna slap your face with love. If you have not seen success or even did one withdrawal out of your account over the last month or two, then I'm telling you, please go to demo and stay in demo until you're able to double your account. Did you hear what I said? I'm being honest with you. Because until you do that, you're going to be highly emotional. You're going to continue to feel like a failure. See, I'm telling things that most, you know, how many videos have you ever seen where mentors said exactly how you know you really feel? But they ain't saying it. See, I've been through all that. That's why I'm being raw with you. Because until I dealt with the truth, it never would set me free. I felt like a freaking failure. I saw other people posting profits. I seen other people doing this and that, and I just kept feeling like a failure. What is wrong with me? Then I'm questioning myself and doubting myself, and then this and that, and then I say I'm never going to trade Forex again. And then guess what? The next new, and I'll get to that, but here I go again, week after week, doing the same thing, and then, oh, I can't go in demo because everybody say demo flex, and I was trapped in that same stupidity that many of you guys are. And it wasn't until I had to stop thinking for everybody else and think for myself and really go by what successful Forex traders were doing. It wasn't until then, and I was willing to really deal with the truth of myself, for myself, then it happened. Let's keep going. I want to wrap this up. Number 4. So number 1 was you need a mechanical trading system. Number 2, study and practice time. I'm going back through this because we have a lot of people tuned in late. Number 3 is patience. Some of you guys, you have horrible patience, to be honest, with everything, not just in Forex, but period. You just have a horrible bit of patience. You ain't patience for nothing. You want everything now. Market don't give a flying fart whether you place the trade today. Sometimes it may take 2 days to play out. Are you willing to wait? By the way, talking about patience, and then we'll get to the 4th. Do you know that the market makers actually use patience against you? Write this down. Some of you guys, you're going to be so glad you tuned into this channel today. Because everything I'm talking about is exactly what you actually needed to hear. You thought I was going to talk about another trading system, another indicator. And see, that's the problem. Everybody's doing that to you, but nobody's telling you the truth. Let me tell you what the market makers actually do. And by taking my time to watch the market, not trading, but watch the market, I began to see a lot of different patterns. And it wasn't about these charts, price action patterns. It was the way that the market makers' patterns of behavior on how they move the markets and why. Here was one of them. They were personally, especially swing traders, if you're trying to be a swing trader, you really need to hear me. This is going to turn your life around just by listening to this, just by you being patient enough to say, you know what, this dude talking a lot, but you know what, I'm going to stick in there, and this one comment alone is going to change your career. When I decided to stop trying to be this so-called scalper who was getting my behind scalped off, like many of you, you come to the market becoming a scalper and you keep losing. The problem is when I transitioned over to wanting to be a swing trader, because I found out it's a whole lot easier, make me a whole lot more pips with ease. That's when I started observing something that the market makers do. The market makers personally will stretch a trade out. They all know exactly where it's going to go, and you were actually correct. But because you came in with a scalper's mentality, you want the quick results, and they know that. See, they play psychological games in the market to make their money. You're looking at charts, price action patterns, and this and that, support and resistance, and all that counts. But what they do first is look at the cycle. Watch this. You don't believe me? There's a term in the stock market and in the Forex market. It's called psychological levels. Type a yes in the box if you ever heard of that. Psychological levels. Those are whole numbers and this and that. They call it psychological levels. If you ever heard of that term, type a yes in the box. Okay, we digital, he said you have digital J. Okay, Tina said Brian C. See, I'm not making this stuff up. You see why you need a mentor? You see why you need a mentor? You need guidance through this market. So the psychological levels is what people heard about. But the problem is you haven't heard about the other psychological moves they do. That's just one of them that they allowed the public to know and understand. Circuit training around whole numbers, psychological levels. Here's the thing that you didn't know. What they do is they know you know these levels. They know you know support and resistance and all these different things that you marked up on your charts. They know millions of pit traders around the world knows that. They all know that. So what? Big deal. So why does 90%, 85 to 90% of Forex traders still lose? Have you wondered that? Why are they still losing if everybody knows where these levels are? I'll tell you why, especially as swing traders. Because at those levels, they know that's where most of the money is going to flow into. And so you become what they call low-hanging fruit. You become the low-hanging fruit. And so they target you multiple ways. Number one, a lot of you guys know about stop hunts. You know they do the stop hunts. But what you also didn't know, swing traders and scalpers, sometimes they know you're right. They know you're right. So what they'll do, if they can't stop you out the trade, they'll stretch it out and let it just sit there for a while. Come on now, this is some truth. I wish to God I had a mentor who was teaching me this stuff. This class alone, I should have charged each one of y'all $100. Because it's the truth. You didn't know it. You were so busy looking at price action and support and resistance psychological levels, you didn't know they were playing psychology on you. Because they know that's exactly where you're going to enter and put your money. They know it. But while you're looking at price action psychological levels, they're looking at your psychology. And they know the typical trader has no patience. And so all they have to do is leave it lingering at that level. If you trade on the Fibonacci levels, they just leave it at the 50% Fibonacci, the 61.8, huh? The 38, what's the other fib level? The 32, 38.2 or whatever it is, the 72, come on. See, they know these levels. They know you know these levels, but they'll let the price just sit there for a while and not move. And so what happens is the Forex trader begin to doubt themselves. Come on, wake up. You know I'm telling the truth. The truth will set you free. They ain't even got to stop punch you out. They just let it sit there on them levels. And you're like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I did something wrong. And now you're going back and redoing your trend lines and this and that. And then ultimately, what do? You cut the trade. Your broker made money because they're going to charge you as soon as you enter the trade. The broker automatically is going to make their money. The moment you entered that trade, the broker made their money. Market makers, they're going to stop you out because guess what? Now what you do, you move your stop loss down, you begin to manipulate the trade or whatever, and ultimately you become low-hanging fruit. And they take you out. And then a day or two later, the trade goes exactly where you knew it was going to go. What did they do to you? You was looking at them psychological levels. They was looking at your psychology. And they know the typical trader has no patience because the majority of Forex traders in the Forex market, I told you it's immature market. That's why you keep losing because they know that you came in with a scalper's mentality. You have no patience. And so they just sit that thing right there and don't budge it. And now you fidgeting in your chair. And now you messing with your trade. Now you just lowered your stop loss again. So then they just barely move the price, hit your stop, you out. And then a day or two later, the trade went exactly where you knew it was going to go. Come on, type a number 10 in the box if you know that happened to you before. Type a number 10. I want to make sure you guys are acknowledging what is going on with you as a trader. So you come here, you thought I was going to talk about these charts, but I'm talking about who? You. And this is the best lesson you ever could have got for free because you didn't even know all this was going on. And why didn't you know? Because you have never invested into getting a good mentor. Now you see why you can buy all the indicators in the world and nothing's going to help you. Because until you have a good mentor who can connect the dots for you, you're always going to be scrambling and losing. And I'm here to bless you. Like me or dislike me, it's okay. Oh, he's too blunt. I'm sorry. I'm not here for your feelings. I'm here to help you. Actually, I am here for your feelings. You know why? Because by me giving you this hard truth, your feelings when you're trading of feeling defeated, you're not going to feel that way no more. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't have to feel defeated and like you're watch what I'm saying. You don't have to feel like you're the failure because now you understand there's so much that you just didn't know. And they are taking advantage of your lack of knowledge. That's what's happening. Your lack of knowledge and your emotional state when you take these trades, that's what the market makers have been banking on. Notice the word I'm used, banking on, because they're making bank off of your emotions. You weren't wrong. You marked up the chart, took 30 minutes of your life out of your life. You were very sure until you placed that trade. And then the Bible verse kicked in, where your treasure is, your emotions going to be. There where your heart be also, your emotions. And there we go. And the bankers and institutions or the market makers, whoever you want to call them, they know it. And they got you because you have no patience. Let me leave you with this one on patience. And then we got to hurry up because I'm supposed to be done, but I'm blessing you. Just see, all it is, we 44 minutes in. That's all right. Can you not give an hour of your time to become a full-time trader? It's just an hour of your time. Is that all right? You want to be a full-time trader, but you can't give an hour to learn? That's your problem. See, again, patience. And that's why they've taken advantage of you. Suckers, that's what they call it. You know, in the stock market, they call it amateur hour. Amateurs. This is my time I'm giving to you. And you, well, hurry up. No, see, if you got to be one of them people, you're in the wrong channel. Bye. Going back and get played. But for those who are serious, this 1 hour of your time is one of the best hours you could have received because nobody told you all this. Everybody's telling you about these freaking charts. Nobody's telling you about this stuff that has to do with your emotions, you. Now you can see why I actually was able to turn my career around. It wasn't just the trading system. It was this here, my machine. My first computer is my brain. I had to wash my brain. That's why they call it brain washing. I'm washing your brain. I'm getting all that gunk out of what you were taught. And I'm putting in fresh ideas so that when this market opens up today, you realize, okay, that brother was telling the truth. You're going to approach the market with a more professional persona. Because I'm telling you what they're doing. They're taking advantage of your weakness. Let's keep going. Number 5. The economy and the stimulus has no impact on my earning ability with our trading system. This is for me and those in our group. I can't tell you how many people I even told them on Friday, there should not have been a single person in that group last week who didn't make no money. Because if you had my trading system, followed the rules, that's why people who try to steal stuff and they still fail. You know why? Because you're trying to steal something that don't belong to you, trying to make a full-time career, and you're a thief. You're a crook. You're trying to always steal something as opposed to just paying the price and investing to get the other half, which is what you need. I can give, I have a team who creates indicators for me. I have a coding team. I have tons of indicators I haven't even put on the market yet. I can give y'all every single one of them indicators and you will still fail. Not because of the indicator, but because you don't know how to use it. Did you hear what I said? I'm hearing about this stimulus. Joe Biden now is president. They're trying to give another $1,400 to the American people. And now Congress is sitting up there saying, nah, we don't know about that. See, Congress, y'all ain't worried about it because you get paid no matter what happens. But the people out there who need that $1,400 to pay them bills, they're struggling. But if you knew how to do this, it had the entire time, when the coronavirus had hit and destroyed the economy, it had no impact on me. And that's where you need to get, where it doesn't impact you. You have something that's going to work no matter what. Recession proof. Let me get to this last one. Let me say this, by the way. Some of you guys, this is going to be hard for you, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Now you understand why. What you do, we didn't go to this one. This is the one. I'm sorry, I missed number 4. You keep taking a few trades, and this is consistency. Write this down. I'm gonna hurry up because I'm running out of time. Consistency. Write down the word consistency. This was the 4th. I'm sorry, I went through number 5 before number 4. Number 4 was consistency. Write this down. Consistency. Hurry up. Oh, I gotta go. I want to hang out with my wife. Consistency. You keep taking a few trades and then move on to the next shiny indicator or strategy every week. Write that down quickly. And if you have a Forex group, make sure you have taken good notes and go share with them and pretend like it's, you better put hashtag Uncle P. Don't you take all my notes and act like you knew all this all along. You better say hashtag Uncle P. Okay? Acting like you was the guru. You didn't know all this. Take good notes and share with your team. All right. Number 4 was this: consistency. You're not consistent. That's one of the biggest ones. You're not consistent either. You have a lack of consistency. You keep taking a few trades. So here's what you do. Here's what the routine looks like. How do I know? Because I used to do it. Okay. I used to do it. So a new thing comes out, you buy it, you didn't study, you didn't look at the tutorials, you didn't look at the manual, you just slapped it on the charts because the way it looked simple. Okay? It looked very simple. And so you took it, slapped it on your charts, and then you're off. You tried 2 or 3 trades. They didn't work out because you didn't trade the way the manual, what does the word manual mean? Mind of the owner, the creator gave you a manual. That's what the word manual means, mind of the owner. The owner gave you a manual to teach you, here's what I had in mind when I created it. But because you didn't read the manual, you don't know how the creator wanted it to be used. So you use it any way you want to. You win, you lose 2 trades. You maybe win 1 trade, but you lost 2. So you say, oh, this one don't work. And what do? You off to the next shiny new indicator. Week after week after week after week after week. You're very inconsistent. Number 2, you're doing it on a live account versus testing it in the demo. Let me pause here. This is very important. some people, they bought our trading system and they ran it through the strategy tester, calling it quote unquote back testing. And they said, oh man, this thing worked pretty good. I said, yeah, but you know what? You're making a mistake. Did you go through my tutorials? Well, not yet. Okay, so why are you back testing? Yes, I'm glad you're happy that you see it does work even in back testing, but it would have been a whole lot more effective if you actually would have did the tutorials. Because I say it time and time and time again, I don't take every triple arrow I see. I don't take every arrow I see that pops up on my chart. Even with my scanner. My scanner sends out tons of opportunities. Do I take every single one of them? Absolutely not. Why? Because here's one of the big ones. Did you check the news before taking the trade? Some of you guys, that's why you're losing. You don't even know what these news events mean. You're just taking trades every single time. Why do you think I'm not really big into trading robots? Because you don't know when to turn it off. And there your old trading robot does. It's taking trades right before a big news event. Count blown. And what do? You off to go buy another one. Here's the next new shiny indicator. You buy it, take 2 or 3 trades, wrong time, didn't read how to use it. Account blown. There you go again. And you're buying another one. Meanwhile, you stop believing in Forex. Your feelings are hurt. You crying in secret. You losing money that you secretly can't tell nobody about. Your wife or husband asking, where's this money going? Where is the money going? Oh, I had an extra bill that you making up in lies. Because you can't tell them that you took their house money and blown it in the account. Because you're inconsistent. And you're off to the next thing. Week after week after week. You told yourself you're going to quit. Here you are back at it again. But you're back at trading, but you're not back at that new routine. You're back doing the same exact thing that got you in the hole in the first place because you're inconsistent. When people email me questions or my staff, you know what I tell them to do? Especially if I know that the question is something that was already answered in the tutorials, I'm not answering your question. I say go back to the tutorials. Why? Because it's telling me that you're being lazy. You're trying to be like everybody else, which is not doing the work. And based on your question, I already know that was already answered in the tutorials. Why are you even asking me this? Ask me something that it wasn't covered in the tutorials. If you're asking me something that was very blatantly cleared in the tutorials, it's letting me know one thing right off the top. What do y'all think that is? The person didn't do the tutorials. They're treating our system like they did everybody else's. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to give you an answer that was already in the tutorials because you're trying to shortcut your way to the top. No, do the work. The tutorials ain't even that long, but yet you haven't even looked at them? Absolutely not. I'm not tolerating that. Because if I do, I'm doing a disservice to you. Because you think you can shortcut your way to the top and do it inconsistently, and yet you want to have a professional's full-time career success. It doesn't work that way. Meanwhile, those who actually did the tutorials and came to a few classes, you get these testimonies. Thank you so much for changing my life. Why? Because I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm trying to be your coach. So I got to be a little rough on you. But you're going to be all right when you start seeing that money rolling in them pockets. And you actually see how easy trading can be. We don't spend all weekend long marking up charts in our group. For what? It's not even necessary. And a lot of traders came to us and now they see what I meant. And now they're having consistent results. Why? Because I taught them how to be what? Consistent traders. Okay. All right, let me hurry up. And I see somebody said about journal. Yes, we even give you a journal. Do you know how many people listen? People don't journal in their trades. Do you know when you purchase our trading system, we give you a free trading journal as well? So you can keep track of your success. Thank you, whoever said that. Yeah, journal. We give you one. It's in there in the tutorials. Well, how do I journal? That tells me off the top what? You ain't looked at the tutorials because there was one in there. We gave you one. News events. Well, how do news events? We give you a chart that tells you in our group, here's the news events we look at and pay attention to. And if these are coming up, we don't trade around it. We give that to you. Well, what about price action patterns? We give that to you. It's in the tutorial printouts. See, we give you everything you need to be successful, unless you choose not to do the work. We give that stuff to you when you join us. The weekly classes, I don't charge nothing for that. I should. Many people who attend my group, they say, man, you should be charging for this. I know I should. I just choose not to. I don't need your money like that. I make my own. I'm here to bless you so that you can leave a legacy for your children. But a lot of people, they're cheap. And that's what you are. Come on, tell the truth. You're cheap. You don't want to spend the money. Let me hurry up and finish up. Number 6 was this. When I quit my last job, and this is me sharing my testimony to you. Because I took these steps, the last job that I had, I didn't even have to work that job. I had a family member, they was working at this company, and they invited me to come up there to have lunch with them one time. And I did. I didn't have nothing else to do. Watch what I'm saying. I didn't have nothing else to do. I was bored. Trading becomes very boring when you have a mechanical trading system. Why? Because it removes your emotions away from it. So it's really nothing to think about. You just do you do, you know, and when you're going to win some trades, you're going to lose a few trades, but at the end of the week, you make money. That's all it is. It really just comes down to that. You click a few buttons. Some of these, you're going to have a lot of good winners and a few losers. Okay, fine. That's when you come to that realization, trading is not even a job no more. It's just mechanical. It's just like, hey, you know what? You drink a lot of water. Here's my water jug. If I drink a lot of water, I'm going to end up having to pee a lot. I mean, come on now. It's just that simple. It's just 1, 2, 3. No brainer. You drink water, you go pee. You learn the trading, place the trades, money comes at the end of the week. You're going to have a few losses in there, that's fine. That don't mean you need to go find the next shiny object. It's just part of how things work in the Forex market. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, we look at winning what? Percentages. That's what professionals do. We don't look at per trade. We look at percentages. If you look in the stock market, every single person, Warren Buffett, he's lost millions of dollars. But at the end of the day, he's looking at his winning what? Percentages. That's what we do. You're looking at every single trade, taking it personal. And that's why you're inconsistent, jumping from one thing to another. You lost 1 or 2 trades and you stopped. And then you off to the next and not realizing the next 5 trades would have been a winner for you. If you would have just stuck with one trading system, stuck with what your mentor said to do, the next 5 would have been a winner. You just happen to have gotten in when that country's economy was going through something. And then it settled out. But what did you do? You quit. You jumped onto the next thing that looks shiny. Let me wrap up with this. When I quit my last job, I took the job out of boredom. Again, my brother invited me to this place to go check it out, to have lunch and everything. And while I was there, he introduced me to a lot of the coworkers. They were all making a lot of money. It was in the medical field, okay? And so he said, man, you never really need to come work here, man. You'll do real good. My brother told me that. Well, I call him my brother because we were so close as friends. We used to call each other. We still are brothers. We still like brothers. So I said, nah, man, I'm cool, bro. I like what I'm doing, which was doing nothing, because we're literally, this ends up becoming nothing. You get up, I work maybe 15 minutes a day, max 30 minutes a day. Then after that, what do you do for the next 24 hours? Nothing. It's really that, I mean, some people in my group, they know about what time I'm going to be up. But I really don't chat then because look, I'm getting up, do my work, and then I'm going right back to bed. About 15 minutes worth of work a day. And that's it. So I told them no. Then 6 months later, I said, all right, let's go ahead. Let's do it. And they hired me. And so I was making a lot of money at this company. Watch what I'm saying. Watch what I'm saying. Some people in my group know I'm doggone. If you're tuned in, you know I'm telling the truth because you used to be my coworker. You worked with me at that job. You know me. People in my group, you know me. You was there. You witnessed it with your own eyes. I ain't making nothing up. I ain't got to. I'm Uncle P. I don't need to do all that. I'm accountable to God, not to people. And God knows I'm telling the truth, along with some of the people who's maybe tuned into this or in my group. They were my co-workers. And y'all remember, the company had that big meeting about policy changes. And I was cool. You can get your company, do whatever policy changes, whatever products you want to do. I don't really care. I'm just, hey, I don't care. But then they said something that bothered me, which is happening at some of y'all's job, which is why you need to start taking this serious. They made a policy change that I didn't like. What was that policy change? They was telling me, oh yeah, we're going to bring out these new products. We got to change this. We got to change that and da-da-da. And then they said, well, we're going to start changing y'all's commissions. What? What? Huh? So you can do whatever you want with your company. But when you start messing with Uncle P money, now we got a whole different conversation going. Did y'all hear what I said? I said, what? Here's what happened. And my coworkers, ex-coworkers who's in my group, I'm telling the truth. You was there. You saw me do it. So boo-hoo to all these people who say, oh, he is just a scammer. Go on with your rotten behind. I don't care. I don't know you anyway. But the people who were working with me day in and day out, because I used to bring donuts every Friday to my team as a gift. Because I was just enjoying the time with my coworkers and my bosses. I enjoy them. They still, I can call them up and we still cool. Because even though I didn't need to be there, I still respected that I was there. So I acted as and I actually became one of the top people in the company in sales in no time flat. Y'all worked with me. You saw me do it because I took it serious. Even though I could have walked at any time, I still respected where God allowed me to be, and I treated it with respect. And I brought in donuts every Friday to the group. Because that's what I like. I like donuts. I'm addicted to donuts. So I brought in cases of donuts for my team. And I wasn't the manager. I was just one of the coworkers. And I sat next to the manager's desk, and every Friday we had donuts. Y'all know. You was there. So that day when they had invited us to this big meeting, and how they did it, they rented out a movie theater because there was so many staff. They rented out this movie theater, so we all had to drive up to this movie theater place, and then they served us donuts, and I was very grateful for that, and then when they started doing the meeting, the CEO and all these people came in and they say, oh yeah, we're making these policy changes, and then they brought in that one thing, and they said, we're gonna have to change the commissions. Now you're messing with Uncle P money. Here's how my last day at that job worked, and that was several years ago, and I ain't went back since. I'm talking about helping you to take this serious so you can have a testimony like this. It's not to brag. I'm showing you what happens when you pay attention to what I've been teaching today. What happened was I went back to my desk. I called my wife up and I said, boo, here's what they're talking about. And I said, no, I think I'm done. And she said, by that time, watch this, because I was consistent in my Forex career. Win or lose, I was consistent. So watch this. This is why some of y'all, your family ain't buying into your dream about Forex trading. You ain't consistent. They see you being sneaky, trying to steal indicators and this and that, walking out with sad faces and this. They see all of that. And you trying to convince them you're going to be a full-time career trader. Not saying you won't, but they seeing the consistency. And because you're not a man or woman of your word, you think your family don't see that? And you wonder why they not, well, y'all not believing in me. You ain't supporting me. What is there to support? I can't support a half-butt person. Now, I'm telling you what your family don't want you. They want to tell you this. They can't. So they sending me mental notes. Hey, mention this to my husband or my wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. Tell them this is what I feel. They feel like you're not consistent. You're not trustworthy with your dream. So it's hard for me to buy into something when you're not doing it right. My wife, when I said I was ready to walk, she would have trusted me because I did things right. So watch what happened. So my bosses, they called me in because I was one of the top sales guy and everything else for the team. And they sent us now. I said, hold on, that meeting. They said they're going to mess with the money. So you know how the bosses are when you're a good employee. They try to talk you into staying because they know you one of the key players on the team. You may not be the LeBron James. There was another guy who I was always chasing against. His name was Terry. And then there was another guy over there. So us three, kind of like always against each other. Tito was the other guy. If you worked at that company, you know exactly who Terry and Tito is. Okay, we was typically in the top, and then they would fluctuate. Okay, so I was always trying to beat one of them guys because they was like beasting out, and I ain't like losing. So I was always trying to compete with them to make sure, even though I worked there less time than they did, but I was competing with the big dogs. I don't like being on the low totem pole. I like to be a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. And when they came out and said that they're gonna mess with their money, I sat there, I called my wife, and I was talking with my team, and I was looking at, and then here's what I did. Watch this. I pulled out my phone to see how much money I made in Forex that day. And I told my team, you know what, guys, this is my last day. I'm gone. They said, what? All of them, they was shocked. They was like, what? Now, they already knew I traded. A lot of my co-workers, they already knew I traded. They used, a matter of fact, that's how they joined. They started coming around my desk and this and that. And I had to start telling them, hey, you can't come around my desk. This is the job. I don't want to get in trouble with them saying, well, you're doing duplicate things. But the people in the company, including my manager, they knew I was trading. They used to ask me about my trading. I ain't gonna lie. But on that day, I told everybody, I said, no, this is going to have to be my last day. I'm quitting. They said, what? I said, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done. So I walked into my office, into the boss's office. I said, hey, man, I need to have a conversation with you. And he can tell on my face that it was serious. I'm telling you the truth. This is how it works when you're successful here. And so I told him. And I told my brother, too. I told my brother, he was like, man, I know, hey, do what you got to do, bro. Because he was working in the other department on the other side. I said, hey, man, this is it. I got to go, man. He said, all right, man. Hey, I love you. I love you too, brother. So I went to my boss's office and I said, hey, man, I think this is my last day. He said, wait. At that time, you had two managers. One was in the office who oversees everything, and then you had the floor manager, all right? And it was medical device sales, okay? So he said, hold on, let me call in Gino. Gino came into the office, which was floor manager. We was real close. I can call him up right now. He'll tell you the same story. That's what I should have did. Call Gino up, see if he was available, and y'all could have heard my conversation with him. He would have told you the same thing. And so Gino came into the office, and so they both were talking to me. Well, no, see, here's how the numbers gonna play out. And if you do this, and they was trying to finesse the numbers to make me feel comfortable about what happened. Y'all about to mess with my money, not them, but the CEO of the company. You about to mess with my money because I work hard at everything I do. And so you expect me to work just as hard, twice as hard, but not increase the pay. So you're going to increase the profits to show to the investors that you're profitable at my expense, but you're not willing to share the additional work of the profits. So you're going to increase this, but decrease mine. Oh, no, I'm not cool with that. But some of you guys at your job, you have to accept it because you haven't been doing consistency with this because of you. You wonder why I'm stepping on your toes. I'm trying to get you out of that ditch so you can make the same decision I did. Here's how it lasts. Here's how it will end it. They kept talking to me. Here's how it ended. I literally pulled out my phone and I showed them what I made that day in my Forex account. I literally showed them. I said, y'all see this? And I showed both of them. You know what they said to me? We wish you well. Thank you for everything you did. And if you ever decide to come back, you're more than welcome to come back. That's how that conversation ended. What ended the conversation? I pulled out my phone and I showed them my live trading account of how much money I made in the market that day. And that ended the conversation. Because they realized, you know what? He's telling the truth. He made more money from his phone than he did working for us that day. And there was no way they could compete with that. That ended that conversation, and they respectfully wished me well. And instead of just walking out like some of you guys would do with an attitude, I respectfully gave them their 2 weeks. And I still worked there, and I did my wrap up. And then after that, I haven't worked at another job for a couple of years now. And some of you guys who are maybe at that company or left it, I don't know, because you're in my group, you know I'm telling the truth. Step by step, honest God. That's how it ended. And I haven't to look back since. So when you see me going on vacations and going here and there, I'm going out of town next weekend. I got me and my wife, we booked something to go out of town. We're going down to LA next weekend. Then after that, we're going to Florida. So we travel. That's my new job now. Why? Because I can take my laptop computer with me wherever I go to make my income. I'm not stationary to a place, because I became stationary within myself. I became consistent. And as a result, I earned my freedom. Type an amen in the box if you thought this was helpful. I want to make sure I'm giving you good content to help you along your journey, because I have yet to see any Forex person, even if they are really professionals, really tell you the nitty gritty of what happened to them. They don't say stuff like this. The first thing they do is sell you a course, but they won't tell you about the journey. Me, yes, I'm selling the course. If you want to join us, I suggest you do. You can see how I am as a mentor. I'm very serious about what I do. I'm here to change lives. I'm not here about anything else but to change lives. You don't know how much time you have left on this planet. So trying to sit there and get over on people and scam people for a couple of dollars, and you can die the next day. I just buried my sister. Life is short. So it's about leaving a legacy of touched lives. Look at that testimony. This lady, I never met her in person, but she's one of my students, said I literally changed her life. I showed my wife this testimony this morning when she woke up. I said, babe, look at this. Read this. And it encourages me to keep teaching classes, because I'm changing lives. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So thank you for giving me your hour of your time, or was it an hour? Yeah, hour and 12 minutes. Well, we're 12 minutes over my goal, but so what? I think it was worth it, because I would have loved to have had a mentor like this. It would have shaved years of heartache and pain in this Forex market off my life. I went through 4.5 years or so of just pain in the Forex market. Some of you guys, you've been trading longer than that and still have not did one withdrawal. And if you've only been trading for 6 months and have never made a withdrawal, you just made the best decision of your life by just giving me your hour and 15 minutes of your time. Because you know, a lot of this stuff that I talked about today, you know, it's the absolute truth. This was your church. You need a church in the Forex market today. I'm not a pastor. I ain't trying to be, never want to be. I just want to be quietly me. But this was the church. You needed to attend this today. Because you know, I stepped on your toes out of love. Your feet is hurting. But you know, I told the truth. Because like the Bible said, there's only one thing going to set you free. And that's the truth. Now, I'll leave you with this. I've always said this, and my students, you hear me say this all the time. If I was writing those scriptures, the truth will set you free. I would have added one extra caveat. And I would have said the truth will set you free if you're willing to accept it. Did you hear what I said? The truth will set you free. The truth has always been there. Some of these things I talked about today, they weren't magic. You knew it. In your heart of heart, you know I told the truth. You can clearly see why my career changed by just doing this. I had to change me. You know that's the truth. But a lot of you guys, you're not in a position of being told anything. You're so stubborn. And so you suffer because of your stubbornness. And so, like I said, if it was me, I would say the truth will set you free if you're willing to accept it. Until then, you're just going to keep going around and around and around. That's why I don't deal with stubborn people. I have a rule, and my wife knows it. Stubborn people always lose. If I don't realize I'm dealing with a stubborn student, I don't waste my time on you, because I can't change your mind. I can teach you, but until you're willing to change your mind, I can't even help you. And that's the honest God truth. The truth will set you free if you're willing to accept it. So how do you join Super Easy Forex? If you want to join us, just go to our website, www.supereasy, E as in echo, Z as in zebra, superezforex.com, and just click on the join button. Now, we do have different products, but the one that will come with this trading system and my classes, which I do not, this question comes up all the time. Do you charge for your class? I don't charge for my classes. I like doing this stuff. Without this, I'm bored again, and I might go get me another job that I don't want just to occupy my time. That's what happens in Forex. It becomes boring because it becomes so routine. Why do you think most successful Forex traders, we do other things? We operate other businesses. Why? Because this becomes boring. There's just get up, click, do your quick analysis, click a few buttons, and then, oh, well, whatever happens, happens. And if you manage your money right, win or lose, it doesn't matter. You're going to lose it. You already come to the game knowing you're going to lose a few of those, but at the end of the week, you become profitable. So it's just a regular routine, and you pay your bills out of it, and you go find other things to do. For me, leaving a legacy is most important for me. I almost died several times, and God kept me on this planet. So for me, my goal is to leave a legacy of knowing that I touch lives. So no, I will never charge for my class. It's free. Just keep showing up every week, and I'll keep mentoring you. We even do question and answer where you'll actually be talking live with me and me with you. I'll talk to you personally. You bring your questions, I'm more than happy to talk to you. I ain't got no problem with that. What else do I got to do? I ain't got nothing else to do. Okay? All right? So if you want to join and buy the Simplicity system. That's the one that comes with the classes, okay? All right. I'm out of here. I just spent plenty of time with y'all. Now time to go spend time with my wife. So thank you for your time that you gave me. I know you could have been on any other channel and all those different things. You chose to give me your time. Please also do me one favor. Please subscribe, because I want to make sure that I'm touching your life, and so that when I am doing these videos, which, oh, by the way, real quick, I almost forgot this one. Listen, okay, let me give y'all one tip. One final tip, okay? Okay, Billy, yeah, thank you, Billy. See, Billy attends my classes. See, I don't make this stuff. I don't make stuff up. I can't go to hell over trying to get a few dollars. I don't have to fool nobody. I don't care. I'd rather you not come if you think I'm a scammer. If you think I'm a scammer, just don't come. Okay? It's not worth going to hell over. I'm accountable to God, and when I die, it ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna ask me, well, how many students did you get? How much Forex money did you make? How many sales? He ain't gonna ask me like that. He gonna ask me about my integrity. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, let me get back to that. Let me tell y'all one thing. Y'all better pay attention. This week, I'm going to post a video. For those who hung around, let me tell you this. Go to superezforex.com. That's where you join. Gerson. Okay, listen. Y'all just listen. Don't ask nothing yet. Let me help you out with something. Because you stuck around, I forgot to tell y'all this. Do not just watch what I'm saying. Watch what I'm saying. Today, when the market opens, do not immediately take a trade. Hear me what I'm saying? I'm going to post, and I meant to do it last week because I recorded it last week. I told you I'd just be forgetting stuff. I recorded it live last week on a live account so y'all can see exactly what your own brokers do to you. Even the brokers take advantage of your ignorance. You wonder why you deposited money in your account on Sunday, the market opened, and most immature traders rub their hands together. Ooh, the market finna open in a few minutes. And you sitting there literally, ooh, the market finna open in a few minutes. Come on now, don't act like you ain't never did that. You know you did. And so you rubbing your hands, and before Sunday is over, it ain't even been 24 hours, and your account is gone. You wanna know why? How it started? I'm gonna post a live video this week. This week, I'm going to post it. I recorded it on my own personal live account to show y'all what actually happens when the markets open. And this is not just on Sundays. This is every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every day your brokers do this to you because you become stupid, cherry pick, easy picking money. Your own brokers take advantage of your ignorance. And you wonder why I said your patience is killing you, because you can't wait. In the stock market, they call it amateur hour. So be on the lookout for that. That's why I said, please hit my subscribe button, hit the like, and please hit the subscribe button. So when I post videos like this, you'll instantly get the notification. You'll be able to watch it and see. So I'm going to post that video sometime in the middle of the week, and you're going to see on a live account. And watch this. I took live trades, and I showed live what happens when you took the trade when the market first opened versus if you simply would have waited about an hour or two after the market was done opening and you took the exact same trades. I recorded it live. So be on the lookout for that, okay? All right, love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Hit that subscribe button. And again, if you do want to join Super Easy Forex, just go to www.super-E as in echo, Z as in zebra, supereasyforex.com, and just join. You want to purchase the Simplicity system, okay? Click on the join button, and then just join us, and now I'll see you in class on Tuesday. I will be there talking to you. You will be talking to me. I will be there for you, okay? As always. All right? Richie said, don't leave. Well, hey, I got a wife to go hang out with, okay? All right. I love y'all, though. Thank you for your time. Have a good one. I look forward to talking to you on Tuesday, students.